Hey guys, welcome to the Property Panel Podcast. You got myself, Jalen Hardcastle, here with co-host Josh Story, and we got producer Ethan behind the lens, or in front of the lens, I guess I should say today, joining us. And we're going to be going over his first house and his first flip, and kind of diving into first-time investments. But Josh, would you give a thanks to our title sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank our title sponsor for today's episode. Big shout out to Collier Title Company. They do deed prep, title work, closings, and more. They're located in Brandenburg, E-Town, and Louisville. You can call them at 270-763-6589. And then for this week's sponsor, I'd like to thank We Buy Houses. You can give us a call at 270-945-5416 or 270-945-7189. And we can give you a cash offer and close as little as 2 weeks.
Yeah, thank you for that, Josh. And then obviously, like you said, if you or anyone you know want to be a weekly, monthly, or yearly sponsor, you can give us a call at one of those numbers he had just listed, and that's 100 weekly, 300 monthly, and 3,000 yearly. And you're advertised on all of our intros, outros, as well as intermissions, as well as all social media platforms, which we know we've slacked off a little bit on the advertisement on the other platforms at the moment, but we've been busy, and that's why we've been kind of doing our own weekly ad for the time being. But we are about to start hitting it hard, and we are going to be reintroducing some new sponsors to the show, so that's pretty exciting for us to have. But yeah, a big quick way that you can give support us with little to no money was go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe button. It goes a long way. And then also, before we dive into today's episode, I want to go over our giveaway that we have going on TikTok. We've been kind of stagnant on there for the last week or two as well, after the wedding, just being busy. Houses are flying like hotcakes at the moment, so it's a struggle for us to get this podcast here at the moment, just because we're so slammed. But we still want to bring you the latest and greatest. But again, our TikTok giveaway is trying to reach 100 followers, and we're going to be giving away a few Property Panel Podcast shirts. So they come in all shapes and sizes and colors. So go ahead, follow us on TikTok, and get in for a chance to win a few shirts.
Yeah, and you could check us out on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and what else? Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you just look up Property Panel Podcast, we should pop up. And like he said, we appreciate the follows and the likes. It's a free way to support us, and we definitely appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And Ethan, thank you for coming back on the show. Obviously, you're our producer, so they don't see as much on the front side of the camera, but it is good to have you here, and we thank you for coming on and taking the time to take the pictures and get your house ready to show the world.
Exciting. I'm ready for today.
Yeah, what have you been up to? Obviously I haven't seen you on the last few weeks. You've been really grinding it hard over there. Everything going good over there?
Yeah.
Obviously preparing for a wedding and stuff too, just like Josh. So we not only have one wedding, we got two this year, because Ethan and Zoe, they're getting married as well. And you have a registry as well, don't you?
Look it up on Amazon. Go on your wedding registry. Look up Ethan McCormick, and it should pop up. Me and Zoe McCaffrey. And yeah. Buy us something.
Awesome. Yep, that'd be greatly appreciated. But obviously, before we dive into today's topic, we like to discuss a little bit of, stuff that's happening in today and now with our personal lives. And obviously, we got the 4th of July coming up. God bless America. Y'all got any plans for the 4th of July?
Probably coming to your house.
Yeah, that's fair. What about you, Ethan?
I haven't even thought about it. So we'll see where that takes me.
He'd rather be probably playing some video games, shooting off fireworks of his own, huh?
We'll see.
No, we hope to have you over there too. We always have a big 4th of July party at my mom's house. You've both been there. It's a great time. But yeah, we're excited to celebrate 4th of July and a few other things that we've been kind of getting into, is some fishing, some golfing. Have y'all really been fishing much this year?
Not really. Probably like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I'd gone more. Actually, the first time that I went this year, the very first cast, I caught one. And I think
that's a good sign.
That's a good one.
That's the only fish I caught this year.
You been fishing at all, Ethan?
I haven't touched a pole.
You been golfing any?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. You shoot any good?
No. Not shooting any good.
No, I didn't either. I'm actually going golfing today. I've been trying to, with Ethan. And then, of course, we try to get Josh, but he's got to go work, Got to make that money so he can go golf some more. But and then, like we said, obviously Ethan's getting married soon. We want to give a big congrats to them. Go check out their registry. And I guess now we can dive into today's topic in Ethan's new house. You want to start us off?
Yeah, Ethan, what's it like? Live in, flip, first home?
Well,
big step.
We got most of it done beforehand, so that's a blessing in disguise, because I don't even know what it would be like to live in it while we're currently flipping it.
Right.
You people that do it, Shout out to you. 'Cause I could not do it. We were still finishing a couple things when we moved in, and it was still just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's already a crazy time, and then you're moving all those mixing parts into moving in, and
Oh,
then you're
yeah.
like, it's hard to find a place for everything to go to when you are still, doing the whole process. So, when did you actually buy the property? You've had it for a couple months now, haven't you?
we bought it in February. We started working on it in the end of December, beginning of January.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so been about 5 or 6 months to get to this move-in portion. It's been a wild ride. Obviously, you've done everything from the inside to the outside. You've had a lot of moving hands, a lot of working relationships in this. Who all played a part in helping you get in this home?
Mike played a big part. Zoe's dad.
Yep. I always see him doing something over here.
Oh yeah, always working hard. Loves us to death. So that's just what he was doing. Her mom Kit helped out a good bit, as well as my mom. Cleaning for the most part, because that's what she's good at. Hey,
yeah, that Norwex.
take what I can get. Yeah, that Norwex.
No, yeah, Ethan's father-in-law, he's works a full-time job, and then on top of that, he wants to make Ethan and Zoe happy. So it's been awesome to see them all come together, and I'm sure not only is it is progressing your house, it's also progressing your relationship.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Y'all are growing closer as a family, so that's always good to see. But yeah, how much did you buy it for?
So,
if you don't mind me asking, it's public knowledge. We can go look it up.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So with the allowance we got, it ended up being 90 even, and put 15% down, so it's somewhere around like 82-ish now.
Right. So bought it for about 90. Josh, what do you think it's worth today? In today's market,
3 bed, 1 bath.
3 bed, 1 bath. Yeah.
180, 190.
Brandenburg. I think it's a little high, but it could be. But yeah, it's right around there. I mean, it goes to show Ethan bought the property for $90,000, and maybe even if it's on the high side, it's around 180, and that's double your money right there.
It's pretty good.
$90,000 in your pocket, essentially. So
Immediately.
yeah, you've had to put a lot of money into it, and a lot of time obviously invested into it. But like we've talked about many times, real estate is the biggest investment you can make, and to start at such a young age. I mean, did you expect to be where you're at today at 21 years old?
Yes and no. Like I knew I wanted to have my own house. I wanted to be successful, start that journey of that wealth, more or less. But even like last year, I was like, well, maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe my expectations are too high, and here we are.
And here you are. It happens quickly too.
Oh yeah.
And would you say it was worth it?
Oh yeah.
The process? Yeah.
It sucked.
That's awesome.
I hate sanding.
That's the worst part.
But
come out looking like a ghost. Oh, you just stuck your head in
but
the
yeah,
box of dreams.
it was 100% worth it. Well worth that work and blood, sweat, and tears that went into the
What's
house.
been your favorite part so far during the whole process? Even if it ain't to do with your house, maybe it's growing closer with Zoe or Mike, or maybe it is some part of the house. And what's been your favorite part?
Really, just you'll see how the house was before. Seeing that transformation and making it into ours, that's by far my favorite.
Probably like the relief too, just being done and like finished. You're like, man, that's the best part. This being completed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, while you're doing it, you're thinking, my God, this is gonna take forever.
Yeah.
And then just little by little, and you finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then once you're there, it's peace in paradise.
Do you plan on selling in a few years or renting it out? Or
At first, we were just gonna sell it just because the amount of money we would get a check for.
Right.
But after thinking about it, I think we'd rather just leverage it and keep it as a rental.
Yeah, what I would recommend, obviously, it's each person on their own path, but this is for our viewers too, to have a little example. What Ethan might do might be different than what I'm saying right now, but like he's saying, obviously you want that $90,000, but there is different ways you can leverage that property. And right now, what's your interest rate at the moment? Obviously they're high, probably at 8%, somewhere around there. 10%. So 10% interest rate, which is quite a bit on top of your monthly payment that you're paying just to interest every month. So what I would recommend that Ethan does, whenever he does want to move out to his new house, obviously, hopefully it's better interest rates. I don't think we'll ever see those 2s or 3s again, but if it gets down to a 4 or 5, go ahead and lock that baby in, take out some money, buy you another house, and then rent that baby.
Yeah.
While you got that lower monthly payment, obviously you already paid it down for a couple of years. So I think you're on the right track, and that's probably one of the smartest ways, as we'll get into later. And that's why we kind of call it like a live-in flip, is because most times you would just kind of sell it. Like my first one, it made sense for me to sell it to leverage the money for the next one and not rent it out. But in those cases, I think that's the best thing you could do is actually keep that property rented out for years to come, have it paid off, and you can buy, numerous homes throughout the rest of your life with just that single house. Keep on pulling equity out of it, paying it off, leveraging it again. Obviously with Marty and my mom, I see it done day in and day out. So it's pretty impressive. They literally just write something on a piece of paper. The bank's like, here you go. So that's where we strive to be, and that's how you get started.
And what was the hardest part about the flip? Or the whole process?
Yeah, what was the hardest part?
It was the sanding. Like
I don't like the sanding.
We had hardwood floors, and so Mike spent probably, of course, he works a full-time job, but he would come every day right after work and work until probably 9 or 10 at night. He spent a full week sanding floors. And I'm glad I didn't have to do it.
I was going to say, so it was Mike's least favorite part.
Yeah, by far. He couldn't stand it either.
Yeah, no, any kind of sanding, even just drywall dust and stuff like that. I mean, I hate that especially, but sanding a whole house and then refinishing. And we know how that house was from the beginning, and we'll see, here later on in the show, but that wasn't the probably most favorite sanding job, especially just because of what he knows has been there. And, this house has had bed bugs at one time. This was kind of like a hoarder situation when Ethan bought it. And as you'll see later, we got some pictures for you. They've transformed this house, and they've done a really good job.
Did you do anything on the outside or just mainly inside stuff?
Outside, all we did was add a roof cap, pressure wash the deck.
Just kind of clean up.
Yeah.
Do you plan to do anything in the future to the outside to help up that property value, or since you're renting it, you maybe not care as much? Obviously, you want to keep it in good condition.
Yeah. I know for sure we're gonna do new windows at one point. Because those ones are not it.
Just older.
Old as
probably hard to open. I know them older windows. They're just tough.
They don't open.
They don't open. No, yeah. Hey, at least they're closed though, and
I don't have to worry about them leaking. But I mean the outside wasn't in bad shape. It needs to be cleaned. We need a new roof at some point, but
hopefully a storm comes by in the next 6 months to a year, and insurance take care of
that. Oh yeah, that's the plan.
Did you run into any like surprises or anything or just unexpected
the
expenses?
cost just add up. Like every trip to Lowe's is $100, $200, and
at least,
I mean, when you go, you always forget something, and then when you go back, it's another $100, $200. But I mean, it was really just I didn't expect it to be that much. I mean, I did, but I was hoping it wasn't.
How much in you think you got overall set into the property, cash out of your pocket?
I think about total. We got an allowance, but
including that allowance.
Yeah, I think we're right at about 15.
That's really not bad, honestly, for as much as you transformed. Obviously you still have some work to do, but as it being a live and flip, that's not a bare necessity at the moment because you're not flipping this house in 90 days. So that's a smart way to do it too, because obviously you got bills and life happens, so it's nice to have that constant cash flow and to also make yourself feel better and keep you interested and happy about staying in that property. I know in our last house we did, we kind of went stagnant on it. We was like, we'll finish it off at the end, when we move out. We ended up selling it as is because the market was so crazy, but at the same time, it was a lot harder to do it after the fact than it was when we moved in. We were so happy, so energized, so ready, so I feel like motivation's tough whenever you do get in that house. You get that goal, and it's like, man, I really got this to do or that to do. Which, obviously you live and you learn, and I've learned from that. And I try to take a little better care of my house now, but it gets tedious, and especially when we deal with houses all day and flipping houses and stuff like that. Just like a plumber probably doesn't want to go home and plumb, I don't want to go home and work on a house when I've been working on them all day. So,
does it feel like home yet, or is it?
Oh yeah.
Feel like home. I didn't know how it feel like kind of being out on your own.
It's weird.
A little weird.
Always live with mom, but I mean, me and Zoe are going on our own journey, and it's weird, but it's nice. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just different. Like, it's not that it doesn't feel like home, because it does, but it's also like not the home I grew up in.
Right, and it's been like a week or two for you, I guess, since you've actually officially moved in, correct? So it's still very new, very fresh. So you still got a lot of experience to go, and it will feel like home. Y'all will make it home, but I totally understand. And like you said, your mom and you were best friends, and just living it up. And for what, 15 years since I guess you moved from Bland Street, roundabout.
From there,
it's been a long time. You was a baby when we got in that house.
10 at the new house.
I remember he'd be in his tidy whities trying to shoot me with Nerf guns, crying because I shot him. So we had a lot of fun in that house, and it was even emotional for me to see you move, because you're my little brother, and to see you going out on your own, be a big man, it's pretty cool to see, and I'm happy to see it. So
it's awesome. That's a big step.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome. Have you met any of the neighbors yet?
Yeah, my left side is my uncle and aunt.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't mess.
Don't jive with them?
No,
even for being family.
Lord no.
Why?
They made this process horrid
on you, like your own home, and they had stuff to say about it.
Yeah, they were selling it.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, and they were trying to be kind of selfish a little bit too on the beginning.
They wanted all the money.
Yeah.
All the money.
Because you'd agreed on a lot lower price originally, didn't you? And then they ended up, I guess, realizing that, hey, we can sell this property for quite a bit. But obviously your grandma still had a play in it, your step grandma, and she was like, hey, this is a young man starting out. He's blood, he's family. Like, let's cut him a little bit of a slack if we can. But when you got two other brothers and sisters pushing on you, it's kind of like majority rules. So might have got upcharged a little bit on it, but you still got a great deal. Obviously, you paid basically half of what the house is worth now that you've put in, 15 grand. So in total, you got about 105 in the property, and it's worth 180, 190 right now. So you got instant, $60,000, $70,000 worth of equity to do what you want with, and then obviously leverage on different properties. I know me and Josh have done it to where we've even used his house to leverage on flips, and get him some cash funds out to do those properties, and maybe you can start hitting it the same now that you got your own equity in your house, and
that's what the plan is.
Starting to build and leverage that as well, so that's pretty exciting.
What's your plans with it moving forward?
Really, just keep it updated, keep the maintenance good, try and do a couple of things here and there just to upkeep it, keep the value.
How's real estate been going for you? So did it give you like a boost of confidence? I know for me, I felt like I was just ready to conquer the world when I bought my own house, because I was selling houses for so long and didn't own my own. And now finally, especially being an investor, which gives me even more confidence, but just buying my own home, I felt like really gave me that drive to do better.
It did, not as much as I thought it would, just because, I don't know, it's not necessarily, it's mine, but it's not mine yet. We're about to refinance it, but real estate's good. I have 2 under contract. Just got one this past week.
Nice.
Or actually at the beginning of this week.
It's weeks be flying by when you're busy, huh?
Yeah. I've been busy. I'm going to show a house on Sunday, way out in the boonies.
What are you doing to set yourself apart in real estate, if anything?
Really just servicing my clients to the highest extent. I think word of mouth, what those clients experience and what they share is what's going to bring me more business. Answering my phone, that's a big thing I try and do. So
right, yeah.
Do you have like a goal or somewhere you see yourself in 5 years?
Really just trying to, I want to be at the point to where I can prioritize flips and rentals and then still be killing the market. Like absolutely shredding it.
What are your goals for next year? So obviously we're about halfway done with this year. Obviously you got some goals, and hopefully you hit those, but it is about that time to start thinking about next year, as we always want to keep our eyes up and looking ahead, and that's how we succeed. So what do you see yourself doing next year?
I still want to hit, my goal for this year was 2 million. We're still hoping for it.
Hey, you can still do it. It's only 6 months out of the year.
But next year, either 10 units or 2 million.
So yeah, you can do that. And honestly, I think you need to push that goal up a little bit. I mean, I know you can do that, and so your goal should scare you and motivate you, you know. And then obviously, like this year, if you get that 2 million mark, especially, maybe try and bump that up to 3. You know, just from a personal standpoint. I mean, to each their own, but I can see you doing 2 million in 2 months if you really put your mind to it. So
I really just want to see those units rather than. I mean, the volume is nice because of course you get paid more for it, but I want to see the units. I want to see the amount of families that I impact, and help. So.
And the average price of a home around here is about $250,000 to $300,000. So you sell 10 of those, there's your 2.5-3 million right there. So, and especially if you get both sides, that stuff adds up. That's pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what would you be doing if you didn't do real estate, or is there something that you would wish that you could do other than real estate? Obviously, we're here and we're now, and we're getting it done. But if you could and you would, have a genie bottle.
This is what I love. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. I haven't had the best of luck. I also haven't pushed myself to the fullest. So money hasn't been awesome, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, you're still young. And, we're young and dumb once, all of us, and we learn from those mistakes. And, you're also, like I said, young. I said that a few times, but it's most important to have those experiences. And there's a few times whenever I first started out that I'd get really down on myself, and I still do when I want to have fun, because we do need time for ourselves, because this business is mentally draining, especially for us agents, when we're juggling all these deals together, and we got some very nice people we deal with, and then on the other hand we got some very mean people we deal with. And we can be, double-faced as well and be that nice person or that mean person if it has to be. But it is emotionally draining, and especially when you put in the work that we do. And, it is important to take time for yourself, or your mental will get really drained.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you got to kind of balance it, just like anything. Yeah. Work hard, play hard, and enjoy it while you can.
You got any other questions for Ethan before we dive into intermission?
Not right now.
All right. Before we go, you want to give a thanks to our sponsors?
Yeah. Thank you to our title sponsors, Collier Title Company. If you need deed prep, title work, closings, and more, they're located in Brandenburg, E-Town, and Louisville. You can call them at 270-763-6589. And then for this week's sponsor, We Buy Houses. We can offer a cash offer and close in as little as 2 weeks. And you can give us a call at 270-945-5416 or 270-945-7189.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Property Panel Podcast. You got myself, Jalen Hardcastle, here with co-host Josh Story, and we got Ethan McCormick up in front of the lens today rather than behind the scenes. And obviously, we've been going over his first investment, his first flip, and everything to do with that. But thank you for staying tuned with us during that brief intermission. I think we should go ahead and get into the pictures and whatnot.
Let's do it.
Before and afters.
Let's see. Hold up. Let's go right there. Transition, and then go to Safari. And you should be able to see us down here in the bottom of the screen, but we can't see y'all. So here we go. As you can see, we got, is this your kitchen? You kind of want to narrate this for us, Ethan?
Yeah.
I'll go as you tell me to go.
Kitchen.
That's the kitchen transformed.
Dang, that looks good.
Big difference.
Yeah, look at that. I like the colors you chose too. I like that black. Not a lot of people go with that, but I do like that.
I like those cabinets.
Yeah, those cabinets. Did you just paint those? Did you just take the doors off and paint them?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sanded all the surfaces.
Are you putting doors back up or leaving it open?
Yeah,
I was just asking.
I thought those were glass doors.
So, doors. What did you say?
I thought those were glass doors on the cabinets. I was like, that's cool.
That would be cool.
No, the drawers were. He just had to make new ones.
I got you.
Her dad's working on those still,
Mhm.
along with the cabinet doors.
Like you said, you still got some stuff still that you're
We'll
doing.
have some, just not right now.
Yeah, and then obviously look at that.
Some tin foil.
Yeah, they must have been expecting UFOs.
There was a space heater there.
Oh,
There was no HVAC in
they just didn't want to burn the house down. That was smart of them.
Yeah.
That was smart.
That's a good idea. I wouldn't have thought of
But look at that. I mean, I like the flooring too. You went with that darker stain, and look at that light fixture. You're You are the UFO. You're the UFO that's coming, dude, Mr. Alien. And you even painted the windows up, even though, like you said, that they're not new and they may not open. They at least look good.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
and they keep stuff out that's supposed to be out and stuff in that's supposed to be in. And then obviously we got the living room.
And this is still kind of cleaned up.
Yeah, this
Like,
is after you cleaned it. Obviously, like we said, you had some bed bugs and stuff in there. You had different pests and infestations along with hoarding. She was a hoarder as well. And so, yeah, these pictures don't even do it justice from what you actually had. It kind of does it a disservice to how much you've actually transformed this home. But look at that before and after.
It's nice.
I like that couch, too. I like these little hanging things. Did you get that idea from Curtin here? Kurt's got those same exact ones. That's crazy.
So we had those at her house. We took them in.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I like those. You got the nice big window over here. And that couch, that just looks comfy. I could probably fall asleep on there. Again, I like that dark wood stain. That's nice. That's what the floors looked like before. They was very bright, and then they came and did that dark, which my computer screen's messed up. I don't even know if y'all can see it as good as we can. But yeah, look at that transformation of just the bedroom. You can see that, again, this was cleaned out, and there's still stuff all over the floor and up just pushed against the walls. And that stuff, you could probably barely even walk in there when y'all first started doing all that, huh?
You had to tiptoe.
You even got your little buddies up there? Who's that? You got names for them?
Chester and Shaniqua. They're Zoe's buddies.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Okay, and is this like a different angle, the other angle?
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all did the doors black as well, huh? I like that. All the
black.
trim, doors, I like that. Washer and dryer room, nice.
Yeah, that looked rough before.
Yeah, and now actually, is this where you put your HVAC unit? Is like right behind these pictures or the inside? Or no, yours is a full outside, isn't it? That's right. I forgot they got that new system. Yeah, they do got their water heater there. I seen you went with the little bigger one. Did you return that?
No, that's the one we got.
I thought you said you got a 40.
Yeah, that's a 40.
Is it sitting on something?
Just one of the plastic tubs.
I thought.
Pretty good size.
Yeah, usually you'd want 100, but heck.
It stays hot.
Yeah, you only got one bathroom, 2 people in there. I guess you don't need nothing too big. And I remember, I don't know if y'all remember these damn toilets we seen, but damn, look at there. I've never seen it. I thought it was from a prison. I thought he was just joking with us when we seen this report, and of course not. But look at that. He's got a good toilet in there now.
Oh, yeah.
He did good, and I like that.
High rises.
I like that mirror. Yeah, we're big boys. We need to have that. We can't be sitting too low, Might come out before we get down. No, that was a funny episode where we talked about that home inspection report. And here's probably what every room damn near looked like whenever y'all bought the house. Just everything stacked everywhere. crazy looking. I mean, a little before and after. I like that light you put in there too. Is that like one of those?
They're all the disc lights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh
We
yeah,
got
I like those.
6 of them for $60.
And they got like 5-year warranty on the LED, don't they?
I have no idea.
I think so. We've put a few in those in the flips. Look there. I really like that stain that you went with, man. That just gets me excited. You got little dolls over there? You collect those?
The pops, yeah.
Look at his golf clubs. He's sitting there puffing them out for us. He's like, I'm a golfer.
They're chilling there.
Let's see. And you got a new cat since you've been there too, huh? Or maybe not new, but
New to that house.
new to the house.
It had lived at Zoe's, but
Okay. Is that all of them?
I think so.
That might be all of them, guys.
That looks good.
But no, yeah, your house looks amazing, Ethan. We thank you for letting us look at that. Obviously, if you want to see a little more in depth on how the home inspection report was and all the kind of stuff you don't see to the naked eye that he had to repair, go check that episode out. But thank you for coming on, Ethan. I look forward to kicking your ass in some golf later.
We'll
and Josh,
see.
I'll try to make it.
Have fun at your closing, and we'll be thinking of you in spirit. But before we tune off, you want to give a thanks to our title sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank our title sponsor for today's episode. Big shout out to Collier Title Company. They do deed prep, title work, closings, and more.
You've been muted this whole time, ain't you?
Big shout out to our title sponsor for today's episode, Collier Title Company. They do deed prep, title work, closings, and more. They're located in Brandenburg, E-Town, and Louisville. You can call them at 270-763-6589. And then for this week's sponsor, thank you to We Buy Houses. We can offer a cash offer and close in as little as 2 weeks. You can give us a call at 270-945-5416 or 270-945-7189.
Thank you guys, and tune in next week.
Thank you.